Reza and I started working together in early 2021, and at the time I knew that I needed to make some changes in the way that practice was run, what we were doing, how we were charging, but I really had no idea where to begin. It was a little bit overwhelming with all the bits that needed changing. As soon as I started working with Reza, I knew that I'd picked the right person because his four pillars of growing an accounting practice made total sense. You could easily find sort of positions of where you were against each of those, and immediately the clear one to start with for me was pricing. And that summer I went on a repricing binge and ended up increasing turnover by around 30%. And this was at a time where there was only 5.5, 6 of us in the business with part-time people, and it was a struggle. Things weren't working as I felt they should have done. I felt there should be more going on, but I really didn't know where to begin, and that's where Reza really helped, having been through that kind of thing himself. And then things progressed quite quickly after that. Momentum builds, and in the end now, after 3 years, we have 4 times the number of people, and the firm size has also quadrupled as well. And the best thing about working with Reza is you can talk to him about almost any aspect of business. So a lot of coaches out there know their one area and that's it. But Reza, actually, we talk about marketing, sales, and part of what's helped us quadruple in that time is also an acquisition that I did. Now, Reza's never done an acquisition himself, but he was still able to provide really great advice and great value when we were talking through it, because he just knows how businesses run and what's important, and he knows and he's really good at understanding and explaining how to get the people element of it correct, which is such an important part. A few specific wins as well, and a few of his frameworks we use, particularly the 9-step pricing framework for projects, meant that we secured actually our biggest fees year after year for project work. So whether it was property corporations or eventually employee ownership trust exits, and in the end for one client across 2 companies we ended up charging over £300,000 for a couple of employee ownership trust exits and some other structuring work as well, which was just ridiculous. That was sort of what we used to make, 50% of what the turnover used to be when we started with Reza, and we did it with a couple of projects. So what I would say to any accountant that's going to think about working with Reza is that I'll go for it. There's a few people that you always end up meeting in your life that really help you make a change and make a difference in the person you are and what you're doing, and Reza's definitely been one of those people for me. So I would not hesitate to suggest that it's worth doing if anybody was thinking about it. So thank you, Reza, for your help over the years, and I'm sure we will end up crossing paths again soon.